Howdy folks, Grebner here with Grebner Outdoors. I'm up here in a tree stand about 20 foot off the ground. I just got done cutting some limbs and making some shooting lanes for archery season in October. But I wanted to make a video while I was out here talking about the difference between a hunting ranch, a petting zoo, hunting, and harvesting. Now, farmer sows crops, okay? Come fall, that farmer harvests crops. So a hunter throws a pile of corn on the ground to sow a deer, or a salt block, sows a deer right there on that. Alright, so come fall, come deer season, he harvests that deer. Now when you're talking about having to eat, I don't care about sportsmanship, but to me, that right there, that's a deer stand. Open air, natural, climate controlled environment. That's a deer stand to me. However, I'm a hunter. I like hunting. I don't do it for survival. And I'm also not allowed in my state to bait. So it's not a concern of mine. But that being said, let's get on to the trouble of game ranches, canned hunting, and professional petting zoos. I would love nothing more than to take exotic game on a game ranch. However, I've heard horror stories about a lot of game ranches that ain't nothing but canned hunt petting zoos. Now, I can't name any names because I haven't been to these places myself. But a good way to tell if a hunt is fair chase from an outfitter is ask if somebody was unsuccessful and figure out why. Maybe I'm just crazy, but if I'm going to go somewhere and hunt an animal, be it in the wild and on a game ranch maybe, I'm going to want to know that I did something right to get that animal, that it wasn't dinner bell time and they threw a hay bale out of the truck. Just saying. Another good way to make sure that you're on a fair chase operation is, can you get lost on the property? Because if this place is big enough for you to get lost on it, then I wouldn't really worry about the game being high fenced in. Because at that point, you're on your own. Another thing to look at to make sure that you're not at a petting zoo canned hunt is, how wild is the game? And you'll be able to ask that as well when you ask how big the property is, because you know that game is wild if they don't use supplemental feeding. Lastly, you're going to want to look at trophy quality. You're going to want to see how big these animals are in the wild versus how big the trophies are. I'll give you an example. A bison's kind of like a goldfish. It'll only grow as big as its environment will let it to grow. And there ain't nothing worse than seeing a trophy bison killed by somebody that looks like a whitetail with a bullhead on it. Just saying. Anyways, I would love nothing more than to go out on an exotic hunting ranch and do a fair chase hunt and know that I actually accomplished something. However, there's plenty of petting zoos out there if you guys actually don't feel like putting in the work. So I hope this video has been helpful to you guys, and if I've pissed you off, I frankly don't fucking care. I'm Grebner. And so, as always, God bless all my sportsmen of America. Join the NRA to protect our rights. Please check out my friends over at legallyconcealed.org. Thank you very much to those of you involved in law enforcement and those who served in the military. And thanks for watching Grebner Outdoors.